Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Let us continue with the layout, and we are done with the survey. The only thing that is remaining at survey is the overshelves, and we are going to do them now. We are in the preparation area, food preparation area, on our way to the hot kitchen. In food preparation area, we are now going to design so many things. We have a worktop. This is an under counter fridge, another worktop, a sink, a worktop, and there is a sink here, and not over shelves but wall shelves. But remember, we did an wall shelves at the pastry preparation area. The same concept that we used at pastry preparation area is the same that applies in the food preparation area. The only thing that is different is the sizes, right? So we are now going to discuss about the wall shelves. You might want to go and take a look at the previous drawing that we did for a wall shelf, right? So today we are going to be talking about a worktop. It's a very simple drawing. So we will be designing a worktop, and that worktop is the same as the rest that are found in the food preparation area. Now, the worktop looks like this. It's a wall type. It has an upstand at the back, and it has an undershelf, and the size is 1200 by 700. Remember, we are keeping the depth series as 700 because of the under counter fridges, right? If you can recall what we spoke about in the layout as we were explaining, you don't want any edge protruding, so you keep the depth as uniform. And we said some of these series are determined by the size of the under counter fridge, right? So you get under counter fridges sizes as 600 series and 700 series, and for this case we chose 700 series. So our worktop is 1200 by 700. Height is always the same as 860, and it has legs of dia 38, and these are backing channels, right? Because of the weight, you have to do some backing, which you stick using macroplast at the ASIF. You don't want to do any welding. You don't want any welding protruding on the top, right? Now here is the worktop. It's a very simple drawing. The top is made of stainless steel. You can use 201 or 304. 201 is recommended, but if you are loaded or in the coastal area, use 304. The thickness is 1.5 top. The undershelf is 1.2. No backing at the undershelf, but if you want, you still can do the backing. Depends with what you need to store down there. Now here are the backing channels. See, that is the way you do your backing. Okay, so without much ado, let us get right into it. We close this one and save everything. So you go to file, new part, click OK. Make sure the units that you are doing, like we said, you can change them from here. You use millimeters, grams and seconds, right? My custom is millimeters, grams and seconds. So you go to the top plane and choose center rectangle, snap it from the origin, smart dimension. Overall size is 1200 by 700, includes the 15 millimeter bend going towards the wall. So this will be 685. When we do the edge flange, it will come to 700. Then go to sheet metal and base flange. Thickness of material is 1.5 millimeter. K factor not changing, and tier auto relieve, keep it tier. Click OK. Then go to edge flange. The first edge flange here we are going to do is the upstand, and condition blind, size is 50 millimeter. You can do 50 or 65 or 70, or other guys even do 100. In our case we are going to do 50 millimeter. Click OK. And another edge flange here on the back is the 15 millimeter I was talking about. That will make the size of the table to be 700. You can leave it at that, or give another edge flange going down of 10 millimeter, and condition blind 10 millimeter. Right click and click OK. Then edge flanges all the way around in the 3 remaining sides, and condition is blind, and the size is 50 millimeter. Then an edge flange of 15 millimeter round the 3 sides, going towards the inside, and condition blind, size is 15 millimeter. 15. Right click, and our top is done. If you want, you can assign material. If you don't want, leave it at that. Save. Follow how you have been saving. In my case, I have the layout items. I'm going to create a new folder here and call it preparation food prep FP. Then I open the FP folder. Where is it? Where did it go? I think I created the folder within a folder. Let me just create another folder, new, call it FP. Oh, it's right here. Open, then save as part number 1. FP worktop top. Save. We have saved. Then go to file, new, and let us create the backing channels. And the backing channel, the size is go to top plane, new sketch, center rectangle, smart dimension. This should be 685. Actually do 683 by 100. This you can do 100 or 50. 100 is always ideal. Then sheet metal base flange. Backing is also made of 1.5 millimeter thick stainless steel, and edge flange going downwards of about 48 millimeter. Remember the other one, the top is 50 millimeter, and you want it almost same size as the top edge flange. Now create another edge flange, and this time keep end condition blind, size is 15 millimeter. Right click, click OK, save it as part number 2. Part number 2, call it FP worktop backing channel. Save it. Now create new part again, and we create the backing at the center, and at the center go to top plane, create new sketch, center rectangle on the origin. The size also is 100 by 1200 minus 200, that is 100, so this is about 1 meter. Should we be required to do the editing, we are going to do that. And go for sheet metal, base flange, material is the same, parameters not changing, click OK, then create edge flanges. Same size as the other backing, that is 48 mil. Right click, then create edge flange. This time round the edge flanges are on both sides, this size, and the size is 15 millimeter. That side and this side also 15 millimeter. Click OK and save it as backing as part number 2A. FP worktop backing 2. Now we go to file and create the undershelf. Still go to top plane, center rectangle, snap it from the origin. The size of the undershelf is 1170. I know you know why 1170 by 590. You will see these things when we start doing the assembly, and if we are required again, we are going to edit the sketch to ensure that it fits well. This material thickness is 1.2. Right click to exit the operation, then go for edge flanges all round going downwards, and condition blind. Size is 30 millimeter. You can do 30 or 40, but 30 you will make it look symmetrical, it will look good. Then edge flanges going towards the inside, and condition blind 15 millimeter, and this is all the way the 4 corners, the 4 edges. Click OK. Go ahead and save this as part number 4. Part number 3, FP worktop shelf. Shelf written like this, or yep. Now finally we are going to create the legs. Still on the top plane, new sketch, and the legs are dia 38 tube. This is 38, and the thickness of the tube is 1.5 millimeter, so offset by 1.5 millimeter, and reverse direction. Then go to feature, extrude. Sorry, what happened? No, we didn't save the offset function. Then click OK. Extruded bush, direction 1, and the height is 830. Remember, we have a grommet which is about 30 millimeter, and it is adjustable, so it will make the height 860. Go ahead and save this. It's part number 4. Call it FP worktop leg, then save. Now let us start our assembly. I think we have all the parts, so assembly, click OK. In this case, we are going to import the top, top, backing channel 2, shelf and leg. So shift and import everything. That is top, backing channel, shelf and legs. Now we should have meted this. We still can do it. It is not that necessary. We can go ahead and do our mating without, mating this. So this part, the top of that backing channel to the bottom side of the top, right click, then this part, this face goes inside this face, click OK, then this part to this part, click OK. Right, you see it's not protruding behind there, and it is, we are going to edit this and reduce this edge flange slightly. We don't want it overlapping, it should be right inside this bend, and as you can see, they are clashing. Okay, now go to this middle backing. That part meets with the top, and this touches the other backing, then expand the worktop and go for the not right plane but front plane of the worktop, and front plane of that middle backing channel, yes, so that it may be at the center. That's nice. Then we go for leg, and this time we're going to use tangent, leg tangent to this face, this edge, right click. That tangent, we did it in the wrong way. Let me undo. We go ahead and restart. Tangent, it is tangent to this edge, this face. Change the direction. What did we do? Sorry about that. Tangent to that. In the other direction, yes, you want it inside there. Click OK, then tangent again. This to this edge here. Yes, that's better. Not better, that is how it's supposed to be like. Then we go for the top part of the leg. to the bottom part of the channel, the backing channel. There. Now your welding will be done here and here. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we met again. This edge of the undershelf should be flashing. The reason why it was 1170, it is 1200 minus 30 minus 15 minus 15, which is 30, comes to 1170. So that edge should flash with this edge here. Actually it should flash with the leg. That's pretty. And we go for the front plane of the top, flashing with the front plane of the shelf. Front plane of the shelf, that's okay. And we take distance from below there, from the top of the shelf to the bottom of the leg. Remember, there should be a clearance, ground clearance of about 200 millimeter for the purposes of cleaning the floor. Yes, that's good. And as you can see, the undershelf won't be notched. When you're doing your welding, you just need to weld here, and that will be it. Okay, so the undershelf should not be notched at all. Now, with those parts done, we need to do some mirroring, and on the top worktop right plane, we need to mirror go and mirror components. Component to mirror is this leg and this channel. Right click. Yes, and they are actually in their right place. This we are going to reduce slightly. You want it to fit in well here without, you know, it being so tight. Now we go to the right plane. Is it the right plane? No, the front plane of the top, and mirror the legs. I'm not sure whether the legs, if we mirror from there, they won't work. So let me insert one more leg and mate it from behind there. So mate components, the tangent between that leg and this edge right here, tangent. Yes, that's okay. What's going on here? Let me make again. Tangent this leg to this edge here. Click OK. Then coincident this, the top to that face. Click OK. And tangent again. That is that. And that face. Yes, yes, the leg is in place. Exit the mate and do the last mirror. There's a small gap there. We are going to edit the undershelf. Actually, that undershelf we should, let me first mirror the leg. Right plane, simply mirror components, and component to mirror is this leg. Right click. Now let us edit this edge flange, this not edge flange, but first of all this, let us edit. Yeah, first we save and call it FP worktop. Right, what are we editing? We are editing the backing channel, and backing channel we go to edge flange. That edge flange we edit its size from 48 to around 46. Right click, and also edit base flange, the base flange sketch, edit, and reduce this to 998, around 998 should do. I hope I'm right. It is still going, it is still big. Okay, so let us edit that sketch again and put 995. It is advisable to have it, you know, when you're doing your bending, to make it slightly bigger, then you can notch it to the appropriate size. Once you do sticking of these two channels, then you can measure accurately the size of this and cut it to the required size. That's good. So we edit also this part here, and we are going to edit that edge flange. Backing channel, edit this edge flange from 48 to 46 millimeter. We are trying to get some clearance. Yes, you see it's sitting in here pretty. They are not clashing. Now the reason why you saw this edge flange didn't have another edge flange going to this side, it is not necessary because of this one, right? I hope you understand. Now finally, I feel like the undershelf, this undershelf might need to edit. Let me collapse this first, and we open mates, and mates we will go for the shelf. That mate is good. This mate here is the one we need to edit. Do we clear this and go for tangent? And tangent is between this face and this. Click OK. The gap is slightly big, so we are going to collapse this. We are going to edit this undershelf, and we go for the base flange and edit the sketch. And lengthwise we had like 1 millimeter, 591. Again, you don't want your undershelf big to interfere with the diagonals of the legs, and also to have a huge gap. You don't want to do a big welding, yeah. And the welding to be reasonable. 593. Yes, that's good. That is pretty much okay. Sure. So your worktop is done. The only thing that is remaining here is to insert the grommets. I don't know whether we designed a grommet together or I did it by myself, but we have a grommet of dia 38 grommet. Let's go for tutorial worktop. The worktop. No, let me not get it from there, but I will open the initial. Here is the grommet, open part. No. Let us insert worktop grommet. Yes, here is our grommet, and it is found in the trap sink that we designed initially. Now there is our grommet. We do met, and the first met is concentric because it will go inside this leg, so they have to be concentric. We pull it a little bit, then go for coincidence, and this part flashes with that, and our grommet is good. So our worktop is done. The only thing now remaining is to do some mirroring for the grommet. Top right plane, mirror components. Component to mirror is the grommet. That's nice. Then go for the right plane again. No, the front plane. No, we can't do that. Let us insert another grommet. I wish I had inserted both grommets. Then the mirroring, I would have done it once. Because if we mirror, it won't fit correctly in the other leg. We didn't mirror that leg, so you will have issues when mirroring. Concentric relationship once again. And this face flashes to that. You can go ahead and edit the mirror components using that front plane, no, right plane, if you want, or you can add another mirror and finish with it. Right click and yes, there is our worktop done and ready. Yeah, so the welding will only be here and on the legs here. Okay, so no welding will protrude because you're not welding the leg there, so no welding will protrude. Only here, this corner, and that is where your polishing will be. For the undershelf, if you have noticed, we have not notched the undershelf for it to flash with the outside of the leg. I don't like notching, because when you notch, then it will require you to do a welding here, which is not necessary. So just make sure the undershelf fits inside, between the legs, okay, between the legs, and from outside here it flashes with the outer part of the leg, so that your welding might be here and just a little bit down here, and that will be pretty much okay. No much polishing, and your table will be clean. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you're learning and hope you're enjoying everything. See you in our next tutorial.